right, guys, welcome back to another video. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. And first, we're going to start off here talking about the $1 offer that Xbox offers for a month of Xbox Game Pass. Now, this is a marketing offer. It's to draw people into the service so that they just check it out. And then after they've paid that dollar, they see how many games are in there, the value of it, and they're hooked and they're going to want to continue to pay. And then they'll eventually upgrade to the full price and then stay a customer to Xbox and to Xbox Game Pass. And this is a deal that I think has been going on for like 4 or 5 years now. It's an incredible offer. I mean, paying $1, even if it's just for 1 month, to get access to all the games that are in the service really cannot be beat. But this was an offer that you would assume, common sense, that eventually would go away. And now that time has come, as Microsoft has confirmed that that $1 trial offer is now done. They confirmed here to The Verge, and they say, we have stopped their previous introductory offer for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass and are evaluating different marketing promotions for new members in the future. And this is from Carrie Perez, who is the head of global communications at Xbox. And if once the $1 trial ends, you're paying $14.99 a month for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate or $9.99 a month for Game Pass PC or console separately. And we know upcoming in the future, there will be the friends and family plan where when based off of that being released in other parts of the world, it seems like it's translating to about $25 a month, which is absolutely incredible because that's 5 people that get access to it. It's 4 plus the person subscribing, right? So that's just an incredible deal. And I think that will be one of the next big marketing things Xbox does instead of the Game Pass $1 trial thing, or at least to replace it. So it's not surprising. And I have a couple of theories besides the other marketing stuff that they're going to be doing with the friends and family. Maybe they will be doing some more stuff, some more different options for people to subscribe to Xbox Game Pass. I think they're also looking at the release schedule of 2023, and they're realizing that that $1 isn't going to be needed if all of these games hit, like Starfield, like Redfall, Forza Motorsport, and any other games that are coming out, even Minecraft, Legends, all of this stuff hitting Xbox Game Pass day one. All of these games, if they hit, that's going to be more than enough to lure people in to want to subscribe to the service, even just for 1 month to check out and play these games without having to add that $1 trial offer. There's people out there that are complaining about this. There has been some fake outrage as usual whenever anything like this comes down, but logical human beings, common sense would tell you that the $1 trial offer was not going to last forever. And people have had plenty of time to jump in and try Xbox Game Pass for $1. So I don't think this is a big deal whatsoever. I'm more interested to see what is going to be coming next from a marketing perspective. And when is that friends and family plan going to drop in North America? But we will move on here to another rumor, or I guess that previous article wasn't a rumor, but another thing about Xbox here that has been circulating the rumor mill for a while is Ubisoft Plus coming over to Xbox. So we know that it is coming. That's already been told to us that Ubisoft Plus is coming over to Xbox, and we don't know when that is coming. And it seems like there are claims now from a leaker that time is going to be in April. It says here that more specifically, Script Leaks R6 tweeted that Ubisoft Plus will launch for Xbox in mid-April, but we haven't seen anything suggesting that from Ubisoft. Now, there are some couple of things in the news from Ubisoft, but I think, first of all, with this would be a great thing. Ubisoft Plus is actually a very good service. I have looked into it. And if it's your only subscription service, you love Ubisoft games, you're going to have a good time with Ubisoft Plus. It is going to be worth your while. But for a lot of people, Xbox Game Pass is probably a better subscription service. But now this is going to be accessible via your Xbox. Right now, it's currently only accessible via your PC. So if you kind of want to save overall and just pay for subscription services for the games that you like, you can jump in here to Ubisoft Plus, jump into Xbox Game Pass. You can also jump into EA Play, which is also a part of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So it's really cool what all these subscription services in terms of value are bringing over to the consumer. What I would hope one day is maybe one of the next marketing things, if going back to getting rid of that $1 trial, maybe Xbox has some sort of deal in place where they will have a tier of Xbox Game Pass that includes EA and now includes Ubisoft Plus, and maybe you're paying an extra $5 a month, which I think would be absolutely worth it, because you're not only getting the games, you're also getting DLC expansions and all of these other things that come along with these games, which is pretty awesome. Now, that data miner with that leak for Ubisoft Plus also had some information here about Assassin's Creed Mirage and the Crew Project Orlando, which apparently could be being pushed back to 2024. If we go over to their exact tweet where they say this, here it is. It says, Mirage plus Orlando likely delayed. Mirage still runs on the old Assassin's Creed engine, and then they correct themselves and they say repost because it made a mistake. AFOP seems like it's remaining on Snowdrop, and more info to be revealed at Ubisoft Forward. And then this person here asks, surely Mirage is not delayed all the way to 2024? And they reply here, Q4 2023 or Q2 2024, which I believe Mirage was already coming out in Q4 2023. So it's kind of confusing there what they mean, because if it right now it's essentially saying there's a chance it could get delayed, but it still potentially could launch in the window that they had revealed. And I do hope, like, I usually don't care about delays, but I really do want to see this Assassin's Creed Mirage, as it is going back to that old formula. And I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. Fans out there are excited to see what they are going to do. I absolutely love the actual open world ones that they have been doing over the last couple of years. I think they're great. I love the details of the world. I love the checklists. I know, believe it or not, I do enjoy doing the checklists in those games. I spent hours and hours just going through because the gameplay is extremely good and the world is absolutely beautiful. But I do want to see the mix in there between the big open world ones before those are released with some of these smaller Assassin's Creed games with the older formulas. So Assassin's Creed Mirage, I'm actually extremely excited for. Now, that leaker says this, but then we also go down here. There is an update to this article where they say insider gaming sources have suggested that Assassin's Creed Mirage is still scheduled for August 2023 and Motorfest for September 2023. So keep that in mind. I guess it's who you really want to believe. Do you believe the insider gaming sources, or do you believe the data miner who has tweeted out that these games potentially could be delayed? And then when it comes to Ubisoft, just a bit more news here. Ubisoft has actually pulled out of E3, and they are just going to be doing their own Ubisoft show instead of actually being a part of the E3 events, which is another big blow to E3, because I would say without having Xbox, without having Nintendo, without having PlayStation, without having a lot of these other big publishers, Ubisoft was probably one of the biggest ones that was going to be attending the event officially, like with E3 type of thing. We know Xbox is having their show right around there. It's essentially just a part of the festivities of all of the stuff that's going to be shown off that week, but they're not officially part of E3. And Ubisoft here is officially pulling out. So it'll be really interesting to see what E3 comes up with this year, what they're going to be having on the show floor, what types of shows they're actually going to have. But Ubisoft is having their own show. We're probably getting a lot more information about the games that, like Assassin's Creed Mirage, which have potentially been delayed. And then we will move over here to another interesting piece of news when it comes to the Activision Blizzard acquisition. And as we know, with the FTC, Microsoft subpoenaed PlayStation to get a bunch of documents, and PlayStation pushed off, didn't want to give those documents until eventually the judge came down and ordered them that they wouldn't be able to get any more extensions, and that they have to deliver on many things that were requested. And one of the main things that I'm most interested in, and I think a lot of people are most interested in, will be the third-party deals that they have made. PlayStation is going to have to offer up those documents. But now it seems like it's not only Sony that has been giving a hard time for providing these types of documents, as the judge now has also ordered the Microsoft to comply with all of the Activision merger documents requested made by the FTC's complaint counsel in a recent motion. It says recent filings indicate that the Federal Trade Commission is having trouble getting specific documents from Microsoft and Activision. The FTC complaint counsel, the lawyers representing the FTC that seek to block the merger, filed a motion to compel production of documents. Statements from the FTC say that Microsoft was largely uncooperative and have refused to produce anything at all for 24 requests. Now, the reason they don't want to produce these documents, well, at least the reason they are saying, is that they are duplicative and unduly burdensome because they are requiring Microsoft to re-review millions of documents that have previously been deemed the least relevant. So they obviously don't want to go through documents that the FTC is trying to get them to pull that have already been determined that they aren't going to help with this case one way or another, or at least the least relevant. So it seems like a waste of time, seems like a waste of resources. And that's what they're saying why they haven't been complying with all of these requests to send out these documents. Now, the judge in this case, the administrative judge, Michael Chappell, I believe is the same one that ruled on Sony's having to provide their documents for the subpoena, has ordered this here. It says, 1, respondents shall comply with complaint cancel RFPs, including the documents generated through and including February 28, 2023 by April 21st, 2023. So they have until April 21st to provide the documents. 2, Microsoft and complaint cancel shall use their best efforts to agree to a revised and updated TAR protocol for use in this litigation. And the TAR or TAR protocol is technology assisted review. So they have to come to some sort of agreement with a technology assisted review on how they're going to provide these documents. Continue says, including to respond to disputes RFPs consistent with the order within 14 days. In the event that despite the best efforts, Microsoft and complaint cancel are unable to agree to revise our protocol within 14 days, then within 1 day thereafter, Microsoft and complaint cancel will jointly notify the court of failure to agree. And the search term methodology attached as Exhibit A to complaint cancel's proposed order on this motion will be entered as a order. And when it comes to the search term methodology that is mentioned there, it says, under the deal, Microsoft would use its technology assist review to produce documents. The FTC wants Microsoft to research, and it's spelled RE-search. So it's not like research in one. It's, I guess, research the stuff they've already searched up using specific search terms, a process that Microsoft argues is replicative, difficult, and expensive. Now, getting back to what the judge has ruled on, number 3, it says respondents are not required to produce any documents that have already been produced. So anything they've already provided, they're free. They don't have to produce that stuff. And number 4, no party may rely on or submit as evidence, in this case, any document that was not produced in discovery. So there you have it. Microsoft has not been complying to 24 requests for documents for this phase of what's going on here with the FTC and the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition. Now they have been ruled to, and they have until April 21st to provide these documents with a technology assisted review agreed upon between the parties. So we'll see what happens with those documents and what's exactly in there that will help the FTC's case. But from what we understand, based on what Microsoft has said, these are documents that are the least relevant. And if we stick on here, the Xbox Activision Blizzard stuff, there was a very interesting tweet here from Leah on Twitter. So Leah Antitrust but Verify Nyland, that's her Twitter name. And she covers antitrust at Bloomberg and formerly of Politico and MLEX. MLEX is that database or that subscription website that IDAS on Reset Era has been taking all the information from and then reporting on based off of everything going on with the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition. So she tweets this. In her remarks this AM, FTC Chair Lita Khan says antitrust enforcers need to avoid the pathology of waiting for the most immaculate set of facts before they move forward. Enforcers need to weigh not just the cost of creating bad precedent, but the cost of not creating precedent at all. She says, saying today the US is weighed down by stale precedents. And although this isn't directly in regards to the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition, from what she is saying here, it's relevant to what we have seen so far with the FTC and Xbox. They want to move forward essentially with that case without actually waiting for all of the best evidence before making their decisions. I mean, you could see that with them already having to sue Microsoft to try to block this deal with not all the evidence being out there, with PlayStation rejecting 10-year deals, with all of the deals that PlayStation or Xbox has offered to different cloud gaming companies. All that information wasn't there before being sued for this deal to be blocked. So according to Lina Khan, according to the FTC, they just want to move forward without having the evidence to make the proper decisions, which again goes forward to my theory that I have that Lina Khan and the FTC are just on a power trip here. It's political posturing. And if you look at it based off of the Xbox Activision Blizzard stuff, the arguments that Sony have been making, the only company right now against this deal, are not nearly as strong as the arguments, not only from Xbox, but from all of the other third parties that are in support of this deal, which has a lot more evidence showing that the deal isn't going to be anti-competitive. I just thought that was an interesting tweet in the context of everything that is going on here now with the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition. And then finally, to end off things here, just something kind of fun here. Sarah Bond tweeted this out. It's obviously Lord of the Rings. You can see, and she says, #Team Xbox. Now, for obviously she could just be referring that this is how she sees Team Xbox and is kind of just admiring the team themselves. But it has a lot of people talking. What does this mean? Is this a subliminal message? Is Xbox working on a Lord of the Rings game, an exclusive Lord of the Rings game for the Xbox ecosystem? We go down here into the comments. I've seen a couple of people with their theories, but for first of all, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and Return of the King, those were great games back on like the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox era. It would be really cool to see those games brought back, maybe remastered or remade because they were awesome games. We know Gollum is coming out, but we haven't heard anything there about exclusivity or whatever. But maybe, hey, maybe Gollum is going to make its way onto Xbox Game Pass. A lot of people are saying, hey, does this mean that they are going out to try to get Warner Brothers next as their next acquisition? I think that's a little bit far-fetched because they're still obviously dealing with the Xbox Activision Blizzard stuff. And if their next acquisition was just another huge publisher, I'm not sure how well that would go over. And then there was Phil Spencer here who actually responded to the tweet saying, nice work. And that's an actual picture of Jason Ronald, by the way, staff. And obviously Gandalf there at the front. But so we don't know. This could literally just mean nothing. It's just an interesting picture to tweet out if you're Sarah Bond, because you must know this is going to get people talking. I think it would be very cool if they had something in the works here with Lord of the Rings. I think it's time for a brand new game with all of these characters, not just Gollum, as that one is coming out, which could be pretty cool. But I would love to see them bring back the old style from like the Two Towers and the Return of the King. But I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Let me know what you think about all of this stuff, from the FTC stuff subpoenaing Microsoft to the $1 deal being gone to Sarah Bond tweeting out the Lord of the Rings picture. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.